That hurt my ears. I'm doing fine. Supposed to stream like yesterday, but I wasn't feeling it. Let's just hop into some fresh game. It's a hardcore server. I'm not the biggest fan of hardcore. Why my this audio not gameplay audio not working? I guess it's still working. Audio. Can't hear audio. That is. Guess we'll know once we get into game. Yeah, it's not audio. This game's glitching out. I'm this close to about quitting and reopening the app now. That was strange. I had no idea why I was doing that. I think I'm being too loud. And I think this is better. I don't think the game's audio was working. I'm bugged the amount of hardcore servers that are on this game. I'm not really the biggest fan of hardcore in general. Oh, this is called AEK scrub, so I'm going with the extra mile. AEK. If I have to knock this game for doing something, it'll be definitely, and this game's really loud for me. No idea how loud it's going to be for you, but it's super loud for me. As I was saying, if I knock this game for anything, and when it comes to gunplay, it's definitely how it doesn't explain what the attachments do very well. It just, like, the grip just tells you, oh, it improves your accuracy and stuff like that. It doesn't tell you it improves your horizontal accuracy, it doesn't improve your vertical accuracy. It doesn't tell you any of that. They're all stuff that's kind of imperative to know what they do. Not many games actually do this. Like, I know in Rainbow Six Siege, game I played, Okay, that was awful gameplay. I was saying, in Rainbow Six Siege, it doesn't tell you what grips there are, but it's only 2 grips, so it's not really that hard to forget. I kind of agree. Now, everyone talks about how Call of Duty has the gun system, but people are surprised to find out that I believe Medal of Honor, the first game that I personally played, has a system similar to Gunsmith. In fact, it's almost the exact same thing. Does the exact same thing the Call of Duty does. Just that Modern Warfare was not that popular of a game. I have a feeling if Modern Warfare Warfighter caught on, we'll see a gun system in more Battlefield games. But since it didn't caught on, we have what system we have now in Battlefield 4. Not bad. That's a lie, guys. I know Modern Warfare gets a lot of flack for being a bad game, but I personally really like the game. Probably my first shooter, I would consider that I found any amount of fondness towards. Well, then in Battlefield 3. I played Modern Warfare Fighter first. Yeah, I think that's the entire squad there, so I'm sure. Battlefield's going to add a gunsmith style. They definitely have to ensure that they actually get the stats accurate. A lot of major complaints with Call of Duty's attachment system was it wasn't very clear what attachments did. So it actually go down the Black Ops Cold War's way of doing things, which is just it shows you exactly what they do, and exactly what it affects. Now, I feel like something was really lost when Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 had limited customization options. Now, half the replayability of Battlefield 4 was the guns. I remember for the longest time not having any DLC for the game and just having fun. The customization system in the game. Like I was crazy loadouts. Because that adds like a lot of replay value. It also adds reason for you to play the game because it gives something to unlock. I feel like that was a massive oversight in DICE's case because I pretty much unlocked every single thing in Battlefield 1 within the first 10 hours and had nothing to do. One thing I would definitely recommend for Battlefield 1's case is that you do not buy the game unless you're willing to pay for the DLC. Because I don't find the game that interesting without the DLC. Like, you can play Battlefield 3 and 4 for a long time without any of the DLC, but not 1. 1 doesn't have the all of the features to really sink your teeth into. Like at most, the only thing you can really progress towards in Battlefield 1 is some of the skins and I can't remember the term. I can't remember what it's called. The award ribbons they added late in the game. I feel like now hopefully when it comes to Battlefield 6, hopefully they learn from some of the missteps and have all the most requested features actually in the game on launch. But Battlefield 1 not having a lot of the features that made other Battlefield games so special on launch was a huge detriment to the game's early reputation. Like, I remember the early days of Battlefield and how the community just absolutely hated it because of the lack of content. My opinions of the game, I also used to hate like super dislike the game, but my opinions of the game have softened a bit. I really enjoy Battlefield 1 after like getting premium and experiencing the entire access to the game. Like, Battlefield 1, in my opinion, is by far the most immersive game ever to released by AAA studio. Like, you're just playing through, like playing the game just absolutely zero HUD on something like St. Quentin Scar, you just feel like you're actually in World War One. Explosions go off going anywhere, gun bullets flying past you, you sprint to objective to desperately finding cover. That's like something that definitely has to emulate for Battlefield 6. I feel like in Battlefield, well, something Battlefield 5 really lacked was that immersion Battlefield 1 had. Now, like a big complaint I have with a lot of Battlefield 6 maps is that they're far too picturesque. Like the nice vacation area or the painting, not like this pretty war environment. I know, like, really cliche to have the game just be, you know, like all grays, all blacks. That doesn't make for a very like appealing game. And the voice lines too. Like, I play this game so much, I have a good understanding of the majority of the voice line just ingrained to my mind. I haven't spent that much time on Battlefield 5, but it was enough for me to form a kind of opinion. I need to play the game a lot more to form a more cohesive opinion on it. Because I don't feel like you'd be like really honest to give my 100%. This is my firm opinion about Battlefield 5, about playing it for a considerable amount of time. Even Battlefield 1, I don't consider my opinions on Battlefield 1 to be too concrete. I haven't spent over like the thousands of hours I've spent on Battlefield 4. Because this is Battlefield 4 is by far my most favorite game, and one that I spent the most time in. So my opinions of the game are really concrete, and I can really sit down and explain why I love this game and for some of the flaws I have with it. Like, if I had any flaws of this game, it would definitely be the large maps and vehicles. Like, I get vehicle players have to have their vehicle players have to have their environments, but it's like really annoying to just have one person completely flop the entire server, or just stay in attack drop the entire time. Now, on most maps, this is too much of a problem, but on Siege of Shanghai, the game is probably the most played map inside the entire game. It's a really killer of the fun, since vehicles, because Hellguard players can just hide behind buildings just to avoid getting destroyed up by radar. Now, in Battlefield 1, and vehicles were really strong in Battlefield 1. However, the game had a lot of ways you can deal with it. But just adding stuff like AA encampments like they have in Battlefield 1 can probably really help a lot with balance for vehicle players. And I really agree. Random spread mechanics don't really make for fun, particular gameplay, because it basically limits your fun. Like, in most engagements in Battlefield 1, in Battlefield 4, I was like able to laser people from medium range, even with SMGs. Not in Battlefield 1. You can hit the broadside of a barn if you're shooting it with an SMG in Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1's gameplay balancing did have some good aspects to it. I mean, it kind of made every gun feel unique and have its own place inside the meta. Like, for the SMG-08, despite it being, in my opinion, the worst gun in the game, it hit like an absolute truck in close range. Usually the SMG game. No, not the SMG. I can't remember what it's called. I think the RCS 08, something like that. Anyway, it's got that add in Apocalypse DLC. Speaking of Apocalypse DLC, in my opinion, that was by far the worst DLC in Battlefield 1. It was very much a rushed DLC. Someone tells me they were, it had something to do with Battlefield 5's development. They had to rush the game in order to rush the DLC in order to have more time to develop Battlefield 5. Like, for the majority of the Battlefield 1 maps, they are all, like, extremely well balanced and extremely well focused. That was embarrassing. Anyway. Gracie, I know what you're talking about. I'm talking particularly fast, and the game delay doesn't help particularly. I'm assuming you're talking about the Battlefield 4 maps. I'm going to take this time to explain my. But for Battlefield 6, one thing I definitely hope they fix is the weather effects. Like, if you ever playing on Operation Locker, you'll just see how annoying the effects can be for finding players. Like, if I'm inside a building, firing out, it can be impossible to see someone. And vice versa. A game's prettiness should not affect gameplay, which is a major problem modern shooters have. With such realistic lighting engines, it becomes extremely easy to hide in dark corners, or to miss people because the environments are too difficult to make out players. Oh, I'll see if I fix this next time I die. Someone's definitely around here. I can hear them. I can never pull out that shotgun console. Oh, I knew he won that engagement. No. I was thinking, I know Rainbow Six Siege had the issue. I can't do that shot. I was saying Rainbow Six Siege had the issue for the longest time about how night maps really upset the balance because it gave such a big advantage to players on the inside. So they decided just to remove that from the entire game. I know Battlefield 5 has had the MMG problem. I don't know if it still has MMG problem because I checked out the game such a long time ago. I did not deserve to live that engagement. I definitely did not deserve to live that engagement. Yeah, I agree. At this point, after Battlefield 1, the community has become so big that there's no way that can cater to what everyone wants. But back with players just at most like a few, like 10 million people, that's Battlefield 5 sold like Battlefield 1 sold like 20 million copies. And it got so many new players into both games. Like you can tell, let's see what's opinions and stuff by what generation it came into the game on. Well, this is a problem. I see. I think then I had to throw that grenade. Anyway, as I was saying, let's watch this video about how the COD community doesn't know what to want, and that's really remind me how this could be applied with the Battlefield community. A community gets so big, developers really struggle what to do with their games. But if you do one thing, it's going to piss off the entire subset of the community. Like Modern Warfare. So many people hate Modern Warfare's gameplay. Yet there's so many people love it, absolutely adore it. That's really at impasse, because that means there's nothing COD or Activision can do to please the community. Like some people love Black Ops Cold War for being returned to form, but some people hate it for not being so radically different and more simplistic than compared to Modern Warfare. I feel like that's what drives this main struggle going to be going into Battlefield 6. Like trying to appease everyone. You try to appease everyone, you end up appeasing no one, which I feel like going to be definitely going to affect the community. So my main hope for the game is that they find a good balance between what everyone wants. I agree. That's my ideal combination of games. Yeah, you never know with EA. Like what EA did with Command & Conquer, release a mobile game when they haven't released a new game for years, just honestly mind-boggling. Like so many shooters completely so many companies completely misunderstand how they can reach this community. Like they think most players are completely happy with mobile games. Yeah, I do, but Battlefield Heroes it's probably a game that will translate a lot to a more of a mobile environment. Like, well, anyway, I was saying, if they're going to watch the mobile game, we better launch it alongside a main series title. And we best also understand what makes the game great. Like, I can see Rainbow Six releasing a mobile game. They have nothing to worry about when it comes to a place to the fan base, because clearly they're already enthralled with the current game. But something like Splinter Cell release a mobile game, I can only imagine the amount of hate Ubisoft would get from such an action. I mean, people are just pissed off that they even dare to include Splinter Cell in Rainbow Six or in their wherever the Ubisoft's XCOM clone was called. Yeah, people are genuinely pissed that a game feature Ubisoft's greatest characters. They would dare feature Sam Fisher. Yeah, that's why I kind of hate Gold Mine Railway. If you're not a vehicle player, you're not having too much fun. I personally would be interested in seeing how DICE would handle a mobile game based on Battlefield. Mobile games, I feel like mobile games, if developers are so interested in money, could be really good and figure out creative solutions to like really creative gameplay ideas. Like 4x genre, like strategy games could be really good on mobile, but if developers are so focused in on what earns money, they just create the same regurgitated crap, like 20 Clash of Clan clones or MMOs. I can't imagine how much money a single-player strategy game was like something like Hearts of Iron 4 or Stellaris would make on mobile. But developers are trying to maximize money. Then again, all the good mobile games are not cost money. Like mobile games have honestly become what Flash games used to be. Like all original Flash games used to be really great. However, as the genre went on, more people just tried to create games that become popular and just for great stuff for ads and stuff like that. Mobile games have gone down that path and become just soulless cash grabs that lack in creativity. Oh, I thought it was a player. When I'm really hesitant to play like when a YouTuber like sponsors a mobile game. I'm hesitant to even try it. So many of them look like soulless cash grabs that only says earn the L for money and completely lack passion. Yeah, I would prefer. I completely understand business-wise why these games exist. I mean, developers have to make money. Oh my god, how did I survive that? I kept pressing the wrong button. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, mobile games makes also the mobile games do makes complete sense. But could not press 3 for the life of me. As I was saying, then the mobile games do make complete sense from business statement. I can't imagine developing a mobile game to be easy. This game development itself is not very easy. But you can tell when a game completely lacks any amount of passion for its developers. Like Mafia City, you can definitely tell they're definitely only interested in the money. I don't see why YouTubers like take their money. Like money is money at the end of the day. As long as it's not done being made anything illegal, not done made illegally, it's just money. Yeah, like the first waves that mobile games that really became popular are the best. But now, like three main types of mobile games. You have your your AFK mobile games, your Cookie Clicker aka the Cookie Clicker knockoffs, your Clash of Clans knockoffs, your Candy Crush knockoffs. So many mobile games are just foiled in that 3 category. Mobile games have often become like they're like the modern shooter genre in the early 2000s. There were so many modern shooters. Not many of them were actually that would be the dream. A mobile game that's able to run Battlefield 1. I can imagine there's probably mobile games that could run Battlefield 2 that currently exist. Like one of my personal things is just not to play traditional mobile games on games. But definitely the biggest genre I feel like they could really take advantage of mobile games, stuff like emulators. Like I can imagine if Nintendo remastered all of its DS games for mobile, they would make so much money. Like Nintendo's missing like tons of money, not remaster stuff like Pokemon. Like I've played dozens of the old Pokemon games on on emulators, which is money Nintendo could be lacking. Like if they release all of the original Pokemon games on mobile, I can see how that could be really profitable for them. But Nintendo's again, it's Nintendo, and I can imagine they'll find some way to mess it up. Like, like Nintendo is kind of infamous for it overreacting with its IPs, being super protective. Like, I know Sega released a bunch of old Sonic games on on the App Store. Or you should definitely check out some of Nintendo's DS games. I like. If you find the emulator, a good emulator for mobile, you should definitely check some of them out. It's like 720 where I live. Like speaking of like old games, I would love for more studios to remaster some of their like biggest hits. Like studios are like really hesitant to like remaster their old titles. Like I I'm a huge fan of Tom Clancy games. If they remastered Rainbow Six Vegas, I would buy that in a heartbeat. That's Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 are such fun games. But the problem is, I feel like yes, pay. They have to terrible free schedule. I was saying, like remastering games can often be a hit or miss. Like if you don't master a game 1-to-1, people get really furious. Like I never. That was unnecessary. Anyway, as I was saying, I was be interested. I can't imagine Microsoft not doing it, but I also see why they wouldn't do it. Like, like Half-Life 3. Like, I see what Valve has not made a Half-Life 3 for whatever reason, which is beyond majority people. It's one of those things that looks like it should happen, it can happen, but has never happened. Like when you haven't gone for releasing a game for years, you can build like tons of artificial hype. Like a backup in E3. If DICE ever did release a backup in E3, it'll be lived up to such impossible standards, no way it could ever appease the original fans. Like I remember playing SSX, the SSX game they made on Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and being so thoroughly disappointed because it was nothing like SSX 3. Especially since I can't imagine too many of the original developers have still remained at DICE, their developed bad company too. Like just creating a remaster requires creating a game for a long dead series requires such finesse that most developers are too afraid to even handle it. You know, that's why I feel like EA chose to make a VR title instead of full-blown remaster, full-blown next game for Medal of Honor. So I feel like they're too afraid to create a full AAA title. I feel like also they should just attempt it, just for the sake of having a crack at it. Even if it isn't good, it'd still be worth the effort. Now, maybe people even appreciate it like years after it. Like kind of like what happened to the prequels. Prequels had a lot of stuff to live up to. It's not people do not people's expectations did not live up to what the prequels would be. However, on hindsight, many people realized that they perhaps treated prequels far too harshly for what they are. What they are. People just start viewing it like what they attempted to be. But hopefully, wherever Battlefield 6 may be, it's hopefully something that DICE is actually proud of. And what the community would love. Like, I would normally recommend against pre-ordering a game. But I'm definitely going to pre-order Battlefield 6. But even if it's bad or good, I'm definitely still going to cover it. But the current document, when it comes to I've listened to a lot of the leaks. A lot of it sounds promising. One thing I'm definitely worried about is that it's going to be next gen only, because I don't have a next gen console, and definitely don't have $300 or $400 just lying around to purchase a console. Yeah, I play most of my Battlefield games on console. So, since I'm a lot better on console than I am at PC. I see why a next gen title could be why only doing next gen could be the best interest for the game. Because like Call of Duty Ghost and Battlefield 4, like basically all my major AI titles I could think caution were really held back by those last gen ports. Like I heard the Riot Shield was supposed to be able to use a pistol with it, but was held back simply because the last gen on Xbox 360 couldn't handle it. However, I don't feel like this is going to be as big as an issue from what the leaker said that Tom Henderson said, was that there will be separate versions of the entire game. Kind of like how CSGO released on console. It'd be nothing like the PC console. It'd be a ground up remake. Like I recently saw how Unturned became a console port. It's nothing at all like the PC, which is of course bad. I really hated the how what they did with the console port for Unturned. But again, I really don't see EA not doing a last gen port. Like at most, it's going to be like 30 million console players playing on next gen, compared to like the nearly 200 million current gen players. That's far too many players. EA is not going to let that slide. Like 200 million, at potential players, and nearly over 100 million players. That is a lot of money. If each of them buys like say like at least like $40 when the game comes on sale. EA sadly is really profit driven, and they're not going to miss on that market. It'd be basically like if we're going to release a movie and not releasing it to China. Of course, if you release it to China, we have to censor your original vision. Yeah, you're releasing game China, you have to censor it heavily and compromise on artistic integrity and just to piece the Chinese Communist Party. But most studios are completely fine with that because it's such a massive opportunity that they cannot afford to miss it. I feel like EA is going to treat console the same way. It was just too big of an opportunity to not to miss, not to create a last gen port. I remember stuff people like Fire West used to talk about how they measured scale. Like, I definitely feel like they could pull off 128 players on last gen if Warzone was able to pull off. Last gen God will definitely pull off 128 players. Just a matter of how the game's physics engines can run it. Like, even on console, even on Battlefield 4, I still get frame rate drops. Stuff intense happens. Like, I was playing Arkham City like a couple months ago, and it was just astonishing the amount of frame rate drops I was getting. And that game released when the console's first launch and wasn't pushing the envelope nearly as much as later titles. What? Okay, frag rounds are broken. Now, I'm personally still fine if they do release it only next gen. And I actually, I'm fine if they release it only next gen, but yeah, I'll see you, Cricket. Peace. Oh, that's a tank. That's a tank. I'm not going to avoid that. Damn it. I'll just think about how in Battlefield 5 the major controversy was historical accuracy. Now for me, I've never been too much of a guy to care about realism. I care about historical accuracy, just not realism. Also, becomes for me, the main argument when it comes to historical accuracy has always been for me justification. If you could point to an example in history, no matter how minute, I would accept that for them to add it to a game. For example, something like the Hellriegel was never used in combat, but did exist at the time. I'm completely fine with that being inside the game. For me, if Battlefield 5 had just a launch woman game with the Russian DLC, or as partisan soldiers, I would have been fine with that. It always comes a matter of how well they handle it and justify it. EA could really just justified it as a French partisan fighters fighting alongside allies. That completely erased any majority of the detractors. That's like how they did that with the Battlefield 1. Sure, there was a lot of people who were upset with it, but not nearly as many people. Like, I remember how one was originally supposed to be in Battlefield 1 at launch, but it was retracted for historical accuracy. Of course, they did re-add it later, but they had a justification to add it. But if they handled the game like they did with Battlefield 1's, if Battlefield 1 handled historical accuracy, there wouldn't be so much anger and disdain people just have Battlefield 1 based on purely just principle. I feel like a lot of hate for Battlefield 1 comes from Battlefield 5 just comes from the principle of it existing. Not so much the something that's actually wrong with the game. Like, I'm all for diversity in games, but we should handle it with some sort of amount of respect. Like in Arkham City, they really have a gay character. Like one of the militia guards remarked about how they're gay, and it's not brought up like, oh, this is really important. It's just in the offhanding conversation, and that's how most content should handle it. It should be with subtlety. Subtlety is the biggest distinction between people getting outraged over something and something mattering. However, I don't feel like at this point subtlety will not really matter at this point. People see anything about diversity and instantly call it, lefty swing. Whereas at this point, I'm completely tired of such stupid arguments. It really is not. I don't really care for most of the arguments at this point. Maybe these channels to me, crooks come around, come the very thing they swore to destroy. Another quick Star Wars quote there. Also depends on how they introduced it. If they introduce women with something like with Hardline, I feel like most of people would not be mad. The women have always been inside Battlefield games. No one would bat an eye at them adding into Battlefield 5. That's not part of the series. Now, EA has forever ruined women's introduction to Battlefield games with how they handle it in Battlefield 5. Now, the second a woman's introduced into a Battlefield game, it's going to be such a large argument. Like in Battlefield 1 war story about that one I think Arab girl, can't remember what's called. Nothing's written in time or sand, something like that. Now that story would never happen in real life. I don't think you need to be a historical officer to understand what most conservative opinions are on a woman in such countries. Even for that, even our today's conservatives are far less conservative than what people used to be back then, especially such communities back then. And no one had issue with it, or most people did not have an issue with it, even though it was unrealistic. Because EA did not make her being a woman such a big issue. I mean, women options have been in games for years. No one has ever had complaints about it. This whole topic, this whole topic about identity politics don't even belong in games in the first place. Games are meant to be fun, not meant to be a political argument. I mean, all media, whether you like it or not, is political in nature. All art is political in nature. Just a matter of I mean, look at Advanced Warfare. Although it seems like not have a political message, it very clearly takes an anti. Basically an anti-private military stance, even if it doesn't outright say it or believe it. You look at something like Iron Man. Even that has a political message, even as simple as a Disney cartoon. I mean, the main plot point in the movie is that Tony Stark stops being an arms dealer. I mean, in most edition movie destroying all of his arms and stuff. If that is a political statement, I don't know what is. I mean, that can be conceived as a political statement. I don't know what could be possibly conceived as not a political statement. I feel like if people are less mad at best, less overt political statements than extremely overt political statements. Especially those statements have to be liberal in nature. I did not mean to do that. That meant to be my pistol. Well, anyway. That's just my opinion. Like, politics in games should never be overt. When you make your mission overt, you risk alienating people. You don't change hearts and minds by being blunt. You know what I mean? Like, imagine an abolitionist just saying, all humans, you own a slave, you are the worst type of human impossible. You are garbage, all that hate. I wouldn't get much sympathy from those guys because they view you as, other. They're not going to be willing to listen to you or take your side. Or if you speak them with a respectful tone and handle with subtlety, they're more respectful, more less combative, and more. Or listen to what you have to say. Thank you. Like Last of Us Last of Us 2 is very overt in its political message and why it got so much hate. If they had rolled back the political message and did it like a undertone, instead of being blatant as it is, people probably would have been less mad. Yeah, but I don't think there was any appeasing hate mob that was for about Last of Us. I don't like Last of Us 2. However, I don't think this is quite the worst game ever released in the past decade. No, I feel like the ending was unsatisfying. And none of the characters made any amount of sense. Like, why on earth would Ellie let what's her name? Abby go? Let Abby down from the crucifix. It makes no. Damn you, Cap! Oh my god. As I was saying, makes no sense why Ellie Wilson would just not just kill Abby then and there and let her go. It makes no sense. But that's let me still get about it. Last of Us 2 is an average game at best. It's below average. That's my whole opinion that the game probably shouldn't even exist in the first place. Simply put it, they had far too much to live up to. Come on, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. Yes! We win these! I would say this game is like the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing. So, it's awful. Then I realized, hey, at least it's not Fallout 75. 76, not 75. If you think a game is awful, just remind yourself this. It could be so much worse. It could be Hunt Out the Freeman. For a game to be truly hated, point of unredeemed, it has to be absolutely unredeemable. Well, that is. That is pathetic. Oh, Titanic heat. See what kind of kills I get up here. I'm probably gonna die to a knife to the back, to be honest. Comes down to it. Now, a bad game can always be objectively bad. As for me to truly call a game quote unquote bad, it has to be objectively bad. Like have zero redeeming qualities. For me to truly rate a game as, awful. Yeah, it has even one redeeming quality. I can't in good conscience call it awful. Oh, it's got lasered. Let me think of a bad game. Bad. Like Arkham Origins. A lot of people really hated that game. I really liked the game. It had really good boss fights. That was just a clone. I still find really good. Oh yeah, I find that some people really used to hate was Hardline. Although I don't think Hardline is as hated as people used to say. Damn, my mouth's feeling dry. Next time I'm down, I'm gonna grab some water. Like Hardline's not as bad as everyone says it is. I really know how that is gonna make Hardline in a way that wouldn't piss people off. I mean, if they hadn't called it a Battlefield game, people might not have been mad. But then again, people might not have bought it if they didn't call it a Hardline game. No, like Hardline, in my opinion, had the coolest gadgets out of any game. The grab hook, the zip line, the trip mines, the bulletproof vest. Hardline gadgets were just so cool. Like I can only imagine if they had the night vision goggles with a modern light engine, how cool it could be to have night maps with NVGs. I don't know how I'm doing from top of the server. Maybe because I'm capturing a bunch of flags. I have no idea. Like Hardline is just pure fun. It's just mindless fun. The worst thing I have to say about Hardline is that who on earth, who in the right mind would ever think 64-man block? It's a good idea. If you never imagine, if you ever put 64-man block, imagine Operation. Imagine what's called shipment. Fun with 64 players, and that's what playing block on 64 players is like. It is absolute hell. Dante was thinking of block 64-man player when writing Dante's Inferno. The Nether was based off 64-man block. Flower-man block is like down a gallon of laxative, prune juice. and Chipotle all in one sitting. And that's kind of the type experience playing 64-man block is like. It is an affront to God, the covenant with the scattered, the covenant with willing the glass earth just for this 64-man block. Whoever in the right mind would ever create such a playlist has to be on something. Like, wow. You cannot pay me to play that game. Block with that many players. The blocks are ready. Well, I like to be a what's wrong doing? Make it a CQB map. And 64 mayors just makes all of the problems with block so much worse. Oh, get out of the tank. Come on. Oh, the Indian Resort. Make it round. I'll be right back. Let me grab some water. I don't think it's gonna reconnect. Let me try exiting out and joining again. Okay, it's working. Let's get back to it. Sorry to respond to a sub comment. I missed someone on the channel. Wait, let's play some Rush. Hardcore. Oh, infantry players. Hallelujah. I would sing the Hallelujah song, but I'm a terrible singer. I have no idea how it would turn out, and I don't want that to be blasted over social media. So kind of loud. Yeah, audio will you guys. I'll just do it for the hell of it. I heard. Let me pull up the lyrics so I get a better. Yeah, just the song. I heard there was a secret place. Yeah. No. I'll make it. Maybe I'll make this into an entire meme video. I think I'll make a meme video about how much I hate about my gripes with Battlefield 4 games. It's just about Battlefield games. Yeah, I'll start doing make a video after the stream ends. I feel so dirty. The AEK is just an easy gun. Right after just a couple weeks of playing on PC, my aim has dramatically improved. Though by no means perfect, now it's serviceable. Y'all want it forever? Let's go. Oh, wait, I'm pretty sure Starship Trooper are friends. Of course, he dies. Second, I die. N94 is like a movement that I highly recommend. Really good. I wrote my Chamberlain up so I couldn't read. I'll try the Bulldog. I've heard great things about the Bulldog, but I haven't personally found it to work for me. I'm still trying to make it work for my style, you know. Now, apparently, this is actually supposed to be an EBR, which is I started first in this video about EBR games and Battlefield games. Like this is an or more accurately M14s. That just about all the grenades landed on my feet. I was saying it's supposed to be. I was watching a video about how all MP14s in the Battlefield game. I was surprised to see this gun in it. As someone had explained it in the comments. I'll show you stuff that people are supposed to play in the comments. I remember airing this joke by No Idea Productions or whatever it's called. It was just a joke about Ireland. I'm not sure the jokes I can make the joke. It's like I don't quite remember the joke. It was something to do with I don't remember. Anyway, it's hard to explain jokes since I don't remember the joke without giving away the joke. If I were to explain it, I would give away the joke. So, maybe we'll search out back to the stream and relay it back to you guys. Hey, where are we at? Tickets? Oh, we're on the objective. Yeah, I don't think we're going. It's going to be diffused. I'm on diffuser already. Huh? They didn't defuse it? Aren't me surprised? I am genuinely surprised we actually managed to defuse that. I'll try the N94. See if I can make it work for me. I'm going to, yeah, I think I'll keep the Glock. No, I need something. No, yeah, the Glock's good backup for this. Now, this is actually one of the weirdest, in my opinion, one of the weirdest operations. No, rush, way out. I thought the rush case was to start somewhere up there, then right here. I see there's actually DLC rush maps on PC. Yeah, I thought. Yeah. No, Rush is all my favorite Melton Battlefield games don't get much played. Rush as much as a fan favorite as it is, I don't see many servers run it. Defuse it! Can I wish for 2 moles for dying, please? Uh Welcome to Nam. Look at that, no. Look at that, that's a really bad idea. Yeah, I don't think bursts are going to been working out for me. Personally, the M16A4 is my favorite burst gun. If I can make it work as a burst. There's still actually many people to this day. I still say the M16A3 probably when it used to return to Battlefield games. And I'm inclined to agree with them. I think when it responds to sniper. Get your feet back up, soldier. Oh, nope, no. I just want to. Can I just play the game in peace? Why can't I vault over this? That was surprisingly fast. $90 damage? Please, I hit him in the head. We're all seconds away from, Oh, I would have been slaughtered if I had stayed. I can almost see them. I don't have quite a beta. That poor dude. What is this dude doing? He destroyed my cover. Just to find the cheapest angle ever. I found it, guys. I found the cheese spot. Okay. This is extremely dirty angle. Oh, the enemy teams. My team's really bad, honestly. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. Need to focus on sniping. This is definitely a cheese spot. This is not even a fair. It's just a chicken shoot, honestly. Yeah, I don't like this. Being entirely honest. This is incredibly cheap, not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna share this with my friends and brothers about how broken these spots are. Yeah, it's not. I'm not. Here's the fun fact about sniping: never ever engage enemy on anything but your own terms. I think next time we're going to switch classes. I think we're about to be overrun. Yeah, we're being overrun, so I have to switch classes. Or switch my primary. As much as I love completely abusing the hell out of pixel peaks, I need to help my team. Push off these invaders. Never mind, switch back to sniper. It was a lot more fun. I mean, he would not be able to shoot back at me. I used my last shot carefully. I can definitely not afford to go full auto. Oh yeah, I'm up for it. I was guess we just getting the mess. Oh, or not? I have to switch classes. Come on, let me be fun. Turbine, Emder. That's what I call our finest hour. Now, if you guys, any of you guys have ever played Medal of Honor Finest Hour? I don't think I have. Pretty sure wait, I'm actually might have it on PlayStation 2. I'm completely unsure. I have a bunch of PlayStation 2 games. I mean, all World War 2 games from that era basically feel the same to me. I really don't see the appeal of, like, me as a modern shooter player, I can't see why anyone ever played some of the old shooters. I mean, they lack a lot of the commodities that such as modern shooters have. Yes, I guess I think we push them back again, so I'll switch back to sniper. I agree with that guy. Crouch spamming is an ill behavior. And I move my thing back here. Something I actually am marginally surprised is how long we haven't gone about how long they've not been able to destroy a single. Damn. Out. Let's use a CCAL5. I feel like it's an unsung weapon. How many people use it? I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm always trying to change up my old style, here and there. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, that dude's dead. What about Meg? You have to know. You have to pick and choose who you want to revive. That dude was not going to survive if I revived him. Run, run. Oh my god, I survived that. How did I survive that? Oh my god, that's so much. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh my god. These people have no chill. Well, we were able to push up. That dude's dead. Will someone revive me? My sacrifice. Yeah, but that way, firefight has to. Oh, if everything unlocks. I was very confused. Coyote. Coyote's by far my. Oh, no one's spots. I thought my team had banned me. I think Coyote's that's my favorite side in the game. Really good. It's time or this where I like to go the old flanking maneuver. Or not, or we can just clear. I keep saying, what is going on right now? I keep saying I'm going to switch my grenade from impacts to the fragmentation by having that. No, I think after this game, I'm heading off. I'll upload the video to YouTube. Zavad. They're in our backyard. We have to stop them. Shark bait. Ooh ha ha ha. They didn't make great bait. Yo, yeet! Yeah, I'm not getting. Sorry, Mistletoe, I can't get you. Clearly, someone needs to be watching our team's play, because our team cannot be relied on to do it, so. MTAR. Come on. That's another one. Yeah, I knew that was a bad idea. That's why I tried to run back. That was a god awful idea. My team clearly needs some support to move up. There's black in the area and smoke. That dude's blending in well. I just scratched my head so bad. Come on, someone has to shoot him. Thank you. I think we'll go to the AWS. I was so close getting that grenade off. Now, I feel like being kind of cheesing the game. Yeah, mass. Mass is just stupid. The amount of damage it dishes out. Oh my god, my dude's blocking my body! If I hadn't been blocked by that, I would have gone and deleted everyone in that room. Really, I should not be hit by. I'm curious, what are the rules? I send disturbance in the force, so I'm going to go take our flank. Someone ride me, please? I can't see even my damn hit markers. I will heal for a bit. That was close. You two did close. You asked me. Ugh. I just love. Up. Yep. Nope. Nope. Oh. I kind of exhausted all my talking points for today. That's why I'm being a bit quiet. Wait, someone comes to revive me. Don't revive me, dude. Oh, let me get just now the excuse me. That makes no sense, honestly. Uh, I don't know why I'm failing so much at this simple jump. Oh, it's too late for that area anyway. Oh, I love cheesing game. I love cheesing games as long as it's all good and fun. Da da da. Okay. Yeah, that's why it's Bob dying. Incredibly Harsey out here. You know what? Oh my god! You guys are just camping beyond the wildest dreams. Alright guys, we'll end the stream here. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to follow me on Twitch. Also, to watch this VOD, maybe leave a like and subscribe. I'm the Fierce ABC, and peace.